costume design came from my love for Halloween and dressing up every year for Halloween, and then all the way through high school, you know, I'd knock on the door, aren't you old to be trick-or-treating, and I would still want to make the costumes. So the crafting part of it, the artistry is more fun for me. I've made all sorts of costumes, from sewing to hot gluing everything. 3 years ago when I started the blog, the oil and gas industry was going into a pretty bad downturn, and I needed something to make me happy during all that uncertainty. So I started the blog so that I could create things and put the information out there and be happy in the hobby. I'm always creating something. It just makes me happy. It fulfills me. And so I get a lot of satisfaction out of completing projects, whether it's just this little thing where I'm gluing corks to something, or I'm making this almost year-long costume. And since I go through the trouble, then I also put that on the blog so that other people can have a how-to if they need it. When it first arrived, we set it up as fast as possible. It took my husband a couple days after work, and then I came in and did all of the shelving and the totes and hung up everything where I needed it. I'm less stressed out, right? It's nice to just have everything in its place. I'm very organized, but it also bothers me to have mess or chaos. And so at least with that out of the way and everything's in its proper place, it's really nice to go on with the creative and less about cleaning. I just like to be organized about everything, and I didn't like everything shoved into a little closet in a guest bedroom that wasn't really being used a whole lot. So I needed kind of a, you know, she cave or a kind of workspace for me to get away and work on my stuff. So it was really nice to have everything tucked away and organized, and then when I'm done with projects, I just close it up, forget about it, and then come back to it later. Some of my friends make costumes as well. We have craft nights where we drink wine and sit in front of the TV with a glue gun, and we just make whatever. So it's really nice when they come in town and we can have craft time. I added a marble sticky tack to give myself a nicer looking surface in case I wanted to take pictures of whatever I was working on for the blog. And then I added measuring tape so that I could kind of measure on the fly if I'm measuring the length of a ribbon. So that's really nice to have right there. I put some cork in there just because it bothered me that there wasn't labels and I wasn't going to make labels. I know it's in there. So I put cork on there just because I have corks everywhere. I learn a new skill every time I do a different costume or a different project. So I started from hot glue and sheets and hot glue and curtains, and then I learned how to sew, and then I learned how to do leather, and then I learned how to do all these other things. So now I'm working with foam, and that's a lot of fun too. So it's more of a journey. I'm Sheila Eccles-Smesney, and my blog is Red Shoes Red Wine at redshoesredwine.com, and then I'm also on Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and I share my adventures, my travels, my costume making, my sewing, my jelly and preserves making, cork crafts, all of it.